have in here? Now that is the face of one of the laziest footballers at Hibernian. Paul Hartley, the stroll-up merchant. I'm not sure what you can see, he's had lovely highlights in his hair recently. He's right to cover his face. Yeah, we'll leave him alone. He's got nothing to say to us today. Oh, you can see half a naked body there. I better not take that any further. There's the away dressing room. Let's have a look in there, shall we? This is where the young pros change and the ground staff. Don't think that we've got anyone in here. Must all be away on lunch. Here we are, we're just going to pan in on one of the finest shirts ever seen. This is Dirk Lehmann with Staying Alive. Here we are, the two sex cases, Lehmann and Miller, left to right.
Very good. That's a good shot.
Yeah, there they are. The two pretend strikers at this club.
So it's me like for each per person for me. So next time food.
So your favourite ever actress in?
Well, we get a fax on a Friday of roughly who's coming. We don't know the players on a Friday. We just get what food they want, and then on a Saturday morning prep the stuff. At 11:30 we start, putting stuff together because they're pretty sharp. They're here 12 o'clock on the dot.
Pre-match lunch, we pre-match lunch together, which I think is important. They work together and preparing early for the task ahead. Again, it encourages the spirit and the harmony.
Oh, is that a 12 o'clock kicker? It's usually scrambled eggs, toast and beans, chicken, salmon, pasta, and you take your pick. I have a lot. No, I just have a bit of pasta. I've usually up in the morning, I put all my stuff. I've usually put all my carbohydrates in the night before. Up in the morning, it's just a light top up. Take my vitamins, take what I need, make up my drink for the game. So basically what I'm eating at my pre-match meal it will not affect me for the game. If it does, I'll make sure it's carbohydrates, pasta. So it's just a matter of getting the boys in, making sure that we're all sitting eating together and getting it going. The gaffer is usually after the pre-match meal pick his team.
They watch Football Focus, and we'll maybe go back to the park, or if it's an away game, when Football Focus is finished, we name the team and talk about the opposition.
Usually in the build-up to the game, when I'm doing bits and pieces on the training pitch, you've got an idea if you're playing or not. Or if you've got a result next week, you're saying to yourself, it's the same team, he has to leave the same team, he can't change that. And he'll say, no, I maybe think he's sort of, one of the players he pulled me and he says, I didn't think you'd done this, so he'll be saying to you before I think he might leave me out because Then you know, all of a sudden he flicks over and says, right, this is my team for the day, and you just make sure that your name's there.
I like to tell senior players if they've been left out, if they've maybe played the week before. But sometimes, you're making too many changes, and it's all happening on a Saturday morning. You've made 3 or 4 changes, and you've got to talk to 3 or 4 players about being left out. And it's not a discussion, at that crucial period it would just be I'm leaving you out today. If you want to discuss it, chat my door on Monday, because we've got other things in our mind.
Usually but I've no, like towards the end there, I know Pat was getting left out for a while, and it sort of got left to just to flick over the page, or just telling him before he flicked over, giving him the courtesy, telling him, saying, listen Pat, can I have a word? You're no playing. I'm leaving you today, tactical wise, I want to do this, I want to do that. And absolutely, you're raging, you're gutted.
But there's other times when a player should know why he's left out. I shouldn't need an explanation, if they're honest. And there's other circumstances when a player has done well the previous week and you're making a tactical change the following week. I think he deserves to know.
Well, we're sitting up at Aberdeen and he come in and he says, we're sitting out in the pre-match and the gaffer come in and he went, Yogi, can I have a word? Out I went and he says, I'm not going to play you today. He says, I'll leave you for next week against Hearts. I says, aye, fair enough. I says, it's your choice. I says, I was up for the game, you know what I mean? He says, aye. He says, well, I'm just going to leave you. He says, you'll be playing next week against Hearts. I says, aye, fair enough. So I've walked back in and all the players are sitting. And usually when you get the big curly finger, it's not to tell you, right, you're playing, and you'll tell you it's you're no player. So I've walked back in and I've got the, I'm playing. All the boys are like that. I said, nah, I'm only joking. I said, he's leaving me out. So next minute, he comes back in again. He goes like that, lovers to lovering. When Lover walks out, well, all the boys are sniggering, So Lovers walks out. 5 minutes later, comes back in. He says, can't believe that. He says, I'm not playing. He says, I thought I might have been on the bench. I can't believe that. He says, tactics and all that. I says, aye. So the boys are sitting and look at each other. I said, if I was all you boys, I said, see, the next time we see him coming, I says, everybody should hide. So next time everybody's under the table. But it's just tactics. But that's good, because you would like to, it's courtesy and it's respect that he's pulling you and letting you know before he flicks over the page to tell you the team, and it definitely softens the blow.